The Syrian government has fallen, bringing an end to the 50-year rule of the Assad family. Syrian rebels have captured the capital city of Damascus after President Bashar al-Assad fled on a plane. Syrian streets echoed with celebratory gunfire last evening. Joyful crowds gathered in Damascus waving the Syrian revolutionary flag. Protesters ransacked the presidential palace and residence after President Bashar al-Assad and other top officials vanished, and their whereabouts are still unknown. The leader of Syria's largest rebel faction, in his first public appearance since the fall of President Bashar al-Assad, declared the event as a victory for the Islamic nation. UN Special Envoy for Syria has called on all armed actors in the country to maintain law and order. Meanwhile, the Indian government has urgently advised all Indian nationals in Syria to leave the country immediately. The Indian embassy in Damascus remains operational and is in regular contact with Indian nationals. Sources have confirmed that Indian citizens in Syria are safe and that the embassy is closely monitoring the rapidly changing situation.
أنا في منزلي لم أغادره وذلك بسبب انتمائي إلى هذا البلد وعدم معرفتي لأي بلد آخر غيره وطنا.
احنا بنوجه رسالة لجميع الطوائف المتواجدة في سوريا. سوريا للجميع بدون استثناء.
نعم.
بدون يعني مسميات. سوريا للدرزي وللسني وللعلوي لكل الأطياف. نعم. احنا ما راح نتعامل مع الناس بطريقة آل الأسد.
Actually, it has been happening for so many years, but the result is made today. And there was a lot of movements behind the curtains, likely in the last few days, few weeks, and also agreement among the regional powers that maybe this regime is expired and it's no longer useful for any process in the region except for destabilizing the area. So it seems like it's an agreement among the big powers not to intervene. Same thing happens in 2011, and we learned about bombing by Russians and also interference by the Iranian-based, Iranian-backed militias like Hezbollah against the opposition. But this time nobody moved militarily. That's why the revolutionists swept Syria easily and without really serious position by the army. And in fact, most of the army were running from the scene. Unless foreign forces intervene, I don't against the rebels. It's not expected serious bloodshed. But if the rebels and other Syrian, parties fought each other, then we will get involved in a new civil war. So we don't know how things are going to develop.
And we're getting some more inputs on this story. According to Russian state media, Bashar al-Assad is in Moscow. Russia will grant him asylum. That's what we're learning. And this comes just a day after the Syrian president fled. And remember, Russia has been a staunch support of the Assad regime. So that's the latest that's coming in. As per Russian state media, Bashar al-Assad is in Moscow and Russia to grant him asylum. Now, this comes just a day after the Syrian president fled. And it's also pertinent to note that Russia has been a staunch supporter of the Assad regime. And amid escalating tensions in Syria, a joint statement has been released from Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt, Iraq, Qatar, Iran, Turkey and Russia, stressing the need to stop military operations. In a show of unity, their foreign ministers have called for a political solution to the Syrian crisis, warning that the ongoing conflict poses a grave threat to both regional and global security. Now, this holds major significance because both Russia and Iran are staunch supporters of the Syrian government, while Turkey openly backs opposition forces seeking to oust President Bashar al-Assad. US President-elect Donald Trump, meanwhile, has also taken a firm stance on the matter. According to him, the American military should stay clear of the conflict, and he has also said that this is not their fight.